Hello, everybody. Who's here? Who's not here? Hello, Londonerized. 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 How are you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sadie. Sadie, come on. Somehow my dog got out. Come on, Sadie. She's not happy about that. Oh, now she's happy. It's hot outside. Yeah. She went out the garage door while I was watering. All right. Okay. I saw her out the window. So, who's here? Londonerized? You've been Londonerized? Mr. Iridescent? Oh, I like that. That's cool. So, you're Mr. Iridescent, but you're Londonerized. Okay, very cool. All right. Well, I'm going to wait a few minutes, see if anybody shows up. Hello, TLC. How are you? I'll put it back there. There we go. I'm doing good. So, TLC, who are you? Do I know you? You're TLC. Okay. Laps the MT. Jill of all trades. Hello, future doctor. Hello, Tina. Nice to meet you. I'll try and remember that. TLC Zek is Tina. Sometimes it's hard to remember, you know. So sometimes I wait a little bit because it takes a little bit of time for some of my friends to find that I'm on, and who knows why, but it does. Anyway, so Tina, where are you? I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm an artist. My name is Level Up Your Game. Hello, Level Up Your Game. You're in Ohio. Okay, where in Ohio? Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Columbus. All right. I saw Joni Mitchell in Columbus once, a long time ago. I had a major crush on Joni Mitchell. Yeah, she was great. It was great to see her. I even touched her. Woohoo! And hello, Jace the Who. How are you? I'm waiting for a couple more people to join in, so I'm kind of just hanging out for a minute. Cats and 80s movies, searching for fun and adventure. Let the quest for positivity begin. Very good. I like that. Just the Who. Anyway, if I promise that if you stay, it'll be fun. Okay? So even though it takes a little while to get going, it's fun. In the meanwhile, my name is Marty. Let me guess. Jace the Who is from the UK. How did I know that? Hello, Julie, wax artist. How are you? Good to see you. I'm waiting for a couple people to come in. If you want your friends to see this from the beginning, you can invite them now. I'd appreciate that. It'll help me to get a few more people. I'm trying to take over the world, so I can't do that unless I have lots of people. There you go, Jace. Thank you. So anyway, I am Marty Coleman. Those of you who don't know me, only got a couple minutes, but thought I'd say hi. Hello, Julie. Okay, so hello, Andre. So Julie, since you only have a few minutes, you can start thinking about this. Everybody here can start thinking about this. Here's the guess the quote. It says, I am not blank to know blank. And then it says below, I know blank. Okay? Hello, Barbie stars. Hello, Onder. How are you? Thank you for your very kind note today. I am not blank to know blank. How are you, Barbie? And then I know blank. So that's what you're trying to guess today, okay? Try and guess that. So even if you're not here, I know, well, think about it during the day, though. Maybe take a screenshot and look at it again, okay? And see what you think if you can't hang out. It takes a while. I don't put things up that people can get very easily. Barbie, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. And so, Barbie, the question is, are you really named Barbie, or is that your cat, or what? Thank you. Like my hat. Appreciate it. I'm a hat guy. You're named Barbie. Very cool. I've known, I don't know, maybe like 2 Barbies in my life. I think I only know one currently, and I only know her remotely. He's very cool, though. Very cool. You know what? One of my favorite. Hello, Mustard Tiger. I promise that if you stay, Mustard Tiger, you'll enjoy it. But give me a minute. I'm waiting for some people to show up. Okay. Mustard Tiger, champion of the sun. Oh, I don't like the C word, but that's okay. Hello, Photo Gal. How are you? Good to see you. New York City. Are you actually in New York City? And you love some Nikon, huh? So yeah, what do you shoot with, Photo Gal? I'm a photographer too. And not anymore. You don't photograph anymore? I use my cell phone more than I use my regular phone now. Oh, not in New York. Where are you now? I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by the way, you guys. Center of the country. I call it the Middle Coast. Oh, you're an RN. Oh, TN. Okay. I'm getting all mixed up. Okay, so you're in Tennessee. Cool. Cool. Pretty good landscape to take photographs there. So here's the quote of the day that you guys have to figure out. I am not blank to know blank. It's my protest against app crashing when I try to change photos. Oh, I think. Tulsa Time. Yeah, I know. Tulsa Time's a pretty cool song. So the original quote is, I am not blank to know blank, and then I added the one down below, I know blank. Mustard Tiger. Yeah, you know, I've heard that word a lot more lately in the last couple of years, and I've just never liked that word. I can't say it. I just hate it. But I understand. It's kind of like the B word. It's kind of like bitch. If you were growing up in a certain, I already know it, and you guess it, right, Barbie? I already know the quote, and you guess it. However, you guessing it doesn't mean that, oh no, I understand, Mustard. I think UK uses that word a lot more. Hello, Ollie. Good to see you. Yeah, things are going well. I am going to get another napkin so I can write down what you guys come up with. Yes, Barbie, this is your first napkin quote game. You'll make it. Don't worry. Okay, so how it works. Hello, Freddie. How it works is I start to draw. And yeah, you guys, H-Town Kev and everybody else, thank you. Could you invite your followers, if you don't mind? Because then more people are in here to play the game. And I'm that much closer to taking over the world, which is my ultimate goal. And, okay. So, there you go. I like it. Look at that. Very cool. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Hello, Twin McGinnis. Something McGinnis. Let's see. Living Food. Oh, yeah. Living Food Chef. I remember that blowing kiss face. How cute. How are you, Tanya? Quest for Success, Barbie Stars. Thank you all. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I am starting with a blank napkin. Okay? And it has a quote on it that's only partially on it. It says, I am not blank to know blank. And then underneath, hey, Tony. And then underneath I said, I know blank. And this is an add-on. This is kind of a funny add-on. This is the real quote I want you guys to get. I am not blank to know blank. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The only rule, it's an honor rule, is you can't go Googling this to find it. Because if, there's certain quotes that if you Google them, they might be popular and you could find what the quote is. It's no fun if you do that, because that's just getting rid of everybody else's fun. So the fun is to try and figure it out. And here's the thing. There are no wrong answers. This is about you guys coming up with what it could say. And what you could say, then that could be fun too. So I'm going to show you one from yesterday. Okay? Or not yesterday, a couple days ago. And I'm going to show it to you with the drawing. This is the final drawing. But when it started, it looked like that drawing I just showed you. Blank is better than, and there was nothing there at all. There was no drawing there at all. All it said was, blank is better than blank. Okay? And I slowly started doing this line drawing of this woman handing a floppy, kind of crappy looking cake to another woman. And as I did that, people guessed what the quote was. Blank is better than blank. And so you guys want to see what the quote is? Okay. The quote is, done is better than perfect. But while I was drawing, people didn't know that. And people had all sorts of other things that they drew. And if you go to my website today, right this very minute, not this minute, but if you go to my website today, and hello, Six Pack, good to see you, then napkindad.com, you will see the post I did today about this, all about it. It shows the napkin before I drew it, then it shows all the choices everybody else made, and then it shows the final drawing. It's really fun. So that's how the game works, and it's just a fun game. Okay, so now, one last time before I start drawing. I am not blank, okay? I am not blank to know blank. And then this is an add-on. This is the original quote, and this is an add-on. I know blank. I am not blank. Okay, so from the art point of view, I use Copic markers. These are Copic multi-liner pens, and these are Copic color markers. I also use Prismacolor markers. Supposed. Supposed, supposed, supposed. Supposed what? I am not supposed? Ah, yes, it's all on a napkin, Tanya. No bleed. Yeah, there's lots of bleed, but I know how to control the bleed because I've been doing it for 17 years. There's some bleed, yeah. It's just not as much as people think, because if you have a light touch. Okay, so Tony just guessed supposed. I am not supposed. Yeah, it can be a mess. Yeah, it can be a mess. You just have to, you learn how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start the drawing itself. And hopefully you can kind of see me drawing down here. And I'll keep showing you the drawing and you keep guessing. Sometimes I'll be looking down and I'll miss what you say. And then it's gone forever, and that's how life goes sometimes. But no, then you can say it again and tell me again. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to start drawing. There's my first line. And you can guess what I'm trying to draw, too. Okay. So, Tony said, I am not supposed. I begin guess when the drawings start. There's the drawing. Okay, Freddie. So someone thinks it says, I'm not going to know it all. Know it all. Know enough. Okay, so I got that one. Sometimes I miss them, so you have to tell me again, and that's just life. Okay, there's the first line I drew right there, just one line. Okay, so now I'm going to keep drawing. Okay. It's a tree. That's right. It's a tree. I am not blank to know blank. I know. And notice, so far, now I drew these little boxes before I even started the drawing, so I don't really know if it's going to work out or not. That's what's one of the fun things. I am not too old. Hungry Hippo, hello Hungry Hippo. So see how I have this pointed up here? Well, now that I have this tree here, I have to figure out what is up here, right? I am not trying. I am not made to know everything. I am not made to know everything. That's good. Oh, Barbie wants it to be an owl. Were you the one that told me a couple weeks ago I should draw an owl too? Because someone told me I should draw an owl. I think I did. I drew an owl. Coincidence. I love owls. Okay, so also notice the universe is talking through us. See there. I have this little thing right here. Okay, look. Is that an owl? That's like an owl person. I drew an owl person. Okay. I am not blank to know it's a demon. It's a cat. It's a cat demon owl person. It's a cat demon owl person. Wise enough. Okay, I am not wise enough. Quest, is that the first part that you think it says? Is that what you think it says? Okay. I am not, what did it say? Wise enough? Okay, wise enough to do what? Made wonderfully. Hello, Jayville. Never mind. Okay. So, guess what? No owl. I am blank to know blank. And then underneath it says, I know blank. I know, Barbie. Sorry. Maybe there'll be an owl elsewhere. But there's not an owl there. Someone says old enough. Okay, I am not old enough to know what? Now I have to figure out the rest of the drawing. It's a tree. Trees are wise and often old. Good logic. Good logic. Good logic. Okay, so I had 25 people in here a minute ago. Now I have 12, so that means people are giving up on me. Okay, so I am not blank. By the way, if you haven't already invited your followers, please do so we can have more fun. Okay, you guys ready? I am not blank to know blank. And then somebody or something else down below is saying, I know blank. So, I'm making the dorkiest looking animals in the world. Wait, look up there. Hey, Aqua Puppy. Hello, Hal. Okay, so you guys, latecomers, I am not blank to know blank. And then something over here is saying, I know blank. So that's the question. That's the guess the quote. Guess the quote is, what does that say? And so far people have said, I am not know-it-all to know enough. I am not made to know everything. I am not wise enough blank. I am not old enough blank. So no one has figured out the second half, or they haven't figured out the first half yet, but they haven't figured out the second half. I am not blank to know blank. I'm not afraid to know what's behind the woods. I am not afraid. Afraid is a good one. I like afraid. To know what, hey mammy, how are you, is behind. This is getting harder. I know, see, Barbie, it's hard, isn't it? It's fun, though. Okay, so I am not blank. I'm busy as always. I'm having fun, that's for sure. I'm doing a lot of different things, yeah. How are you doing, Mammy? How are things in Galway? Your world traveling daughter is coming home, what, next week? That should be pretty fun. I am not blank to know blank. And then I am thinking, you don't see the woods because the tree. Aha. So I am not. Yeah, I bet you are. That'll be fun, huh? I want you to take lots of pictures of you and your daughter, not just your daughter. You said you're not in front of the camera, but I want to see both of you. I want to see all three of you. Okay? Okay, so I'm drawing all sorts of bizarre little animals here. And I don't know why I started doing this. I just think it's kind of funny. Hello, Clark. How are you? So, hello, 3 Melb. Okay, so you guys have to go. Okay, Chrissy. So you can keep guessing. Adios, Chrissy. Thank you for dropping in. I am not blank to know blank. I know blank. So something up here is saying I am not blank to know blank. And I know blank. And people are guessing. Some people said wise enough. I am not wise enough. I am not old enough. I am not afraid. I am not made. I am not supposed. Wink at me now. Okay, I winked at you now. You wink back at me. Okay, so eager. I am not eager. Okay, but what's the second? I am not created. Good. We're getting a lot of the first one. Created. Eager. All right. I'm not trying to know everything. I know enough. Did we say that? I am not trying to know everything. I am not trying to know everything. Yeah. Yeah, someone know enough was enough. Yeah. It kind of fits. Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint now. You guys ready? One of you was right. I have to make sure there's enough room for a word. Okay. Here's the hint. I am not blank enough to know blank. I know blank. So the enough is correct. Those of you who said something enough, you were correct. But nobody has picked the word yet. It's not wise, it's not smart. But I'm going to write those down. I am not enough. We already got old. Clever. That's good. Clever. Okay, so I am now going to draw the second half of this. High. Nobody's getting the second half. Okay. Strong. That's good. Strong. Big. Okay, now look. I am not blank enough to know blank. And then now we see what is saying the second half. I know blank. Okay, so we've been talking about the first half the whole time. I am not blank enough. Let's focus on the second half. I am not blank enough to know what. Let's focus on the to know what. Smart enough to know everything. Somebody's getting pretty close. Okay, so now the question is, what should I draw in the middle here? This is a big open space. What should I draw in the middle? Compare these two. No, it is not. It is not. I know you feel. I know how you feel. No. I am not blank enough to know blank. Clever enough to know all. Clever enough to know all. I know enough. Okay. Draw an owl. I tried to draw 3 owls or 2 owls and they turned into like weird creature people. So I don't really know if I'm going to be able to draw an owl. Okay, I'm going to keep drawing. Hello, Hungry Hippo. Okay, so now I put a person in there. Jayville. Jayville. What did you just say? I am not. Did you want to put that word right there? Is that where you wanted to put that word? Jayville, very good. I am not young enough. Not old enough. I am not young enough. Yes, Wink, you got it now. To know everything. Okay, there we go. I am not young enough to know everything. And who's saying this? Who's saying this? Aha, you recognize the quote. Oh, so kind of Jayville, you have to see, Jayville is just a little too smart for us. She kind of knew it already. Ah, someone guessed it earlier, the tree. Young people need that confidence to make through this crazy world. Elliot, it's very true. It is very true. It's very true. So the old tree is saying, I am not young enough to know everything. And the young tree is saying what? What is the young tree saying? That's right. I know everything. Okay. Here we go. Yes, exactly. Jayville took a literature class, so she she didn't exactly cheat, but she already knew the quote, so she kind of remembered it. Barbie, isn't this fun? It's totally fun. I love it. Yeah. So I am not young enough to know everything, but the little sapling is saying what? I know everything. Yeah, I know. My daughter, when she was growing up, she loved Oscar Wilde, and this is when I started drawing on napkins, was to put them in their lunches, and so I would put a lot of Oscar Wilde quotes in. Okay, so now I added a human here. Oscar Wilde lived in your town. That's right, he was Irish. Wow, how cool is that? He's such a sap. Okay, but now I have to draw um, I have to draw. Okay, who's that? That's a question. Who's that? And I now have to draw and there is the little kid. So I am not young enough to know everything. I know everything. A mother and a child. That's right. The mother's going, really? I don't know. Hello, Delilia Montero. How are you? We're having fun guessing the quote, but it's already been guessed. Got some pretty smart people here. Shocked by talking to a tree. They're shocked that the tree is talking. Like, what? I am not young enough to know everything. I know everything. There. Okay, Jayville, that was fun. I hope you join. Yeah, these are bad owls, I know. I hope you join because if you join, you automatically become a napkin kin. A napkin kin. You're the kin of the napkin. So, yeah, if you're in Ireland, then you would be the kin of the napkin. Okay? So, please join, follow me, and then invite your friends. And you can follow me at my website and on Twitter, the Napkin Dad, thenapkindad.com. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I am not young enough to know everything. And then the little sapling is saying, I know everything. And I'm trying to decide, should I have this kid saying something like blah, 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 blah? Oh, that's right, H-Town. Cool. They live in Broken Arrow. Yeah, and that's like about 5 miles away from here. I used to live in Broken Arrow. Depends on which direction you go. It could be more than 5 miles. But yeah, I used to live on. It's the other side of the river. So, hello, TFO Grantham. Nice to meet you. I am Marty Coleman. I'm the Napkin Dad. I draw on napkins, and that's what I did this morning. And I drew this. I am not young enough to know everything. And then the sapling says, I know everything. And so now all I have to do is draw the background. What's in the background? That's the question. Oh, really? Very cool. I actually live south of Tulsa in a small town called Glenpool, about 2 towns away. Hello, Beat Fox. Okay, so now that's what I drew so far. So now the question is, what do I draw there? There's a little hill going up. What should I draw on there? I have an idea what I should draw. What do you guys think I should draw? All right. Let's see if this might work. Okay, I think I'm going to draw. Okay, you guys ready? Now that everybody knows the quote, everybody left. It's like, I just want to know the quote. I just want to know the quote. And then they all left. Oh, well. And look what's in the background. You know what that is? You know who that is? That's Sisyphus. That's the myth of Sisyphus. No, it's the myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus. He was condemned by the gods to roll a stone up the mountain, and when he got to the top, it rolled back down, and he had to go back down and roll it back up. And that's what he did for all eternity. That was his punishment from the gods. That was his hell. So I'm drawing that in the background. All right. I'm going to put clothes on this kid. All right, there we go. That's a terrible onus. Yes, it is. The gods were cruel, terribly cruel, terribly cruel. And, I mean, the Greeks and the ancient philosophers and ancient religious people, they really did kind of come up with the gods that explained a very cruel world, right? I mean, the world now for most of humanity and then for all of humanity was pretty darn cruel. I mean, if you live in America or you live in the UK or you live in Western Europe and a lot of other places too, you kind of forget how cruel the world is until you see some reports of what it's like, and I think gods were designed to kind of explain why the world was so cruel. It was so cruel because the gods were cruel, and they were vain, and they were jealous, and right. Hello, Ms. Gilbert. Okay, so you guys who came in late, you missed all the fun. Miss Gilbert, you missed all the fun. Here's what we did today. We did a napkin drawing. We did the quote guessing game. And the quote was, "I am not blank to know blank." And so this part wasn't there. And then down here it said, "I know blank." So everybody had to, hello, Groovy Days. Where's Star Trek when we need it most? Exactly. I am not young enough to know everything. I know everything. And then there's this mother and child, and the child is blah, 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 blah. And the mother's like, hell if I know, because she's not young enough to know everything. And then here's these weird animal creatures. Someone told me I should draw an owl, and that was like my version of an owl. And then in the background, I have Sisyphus rolling a stone up the hill. Thank you, H-Town. Where are you now? If your parents were from Tulsa and you have an aunt and uncle in Broken Arrow. Yeah, it's a caddish-looking owl. It's like something from Where the Wild Things Are, Oh, you're in Houston now? So were you born in Tulsa, or had they already moved? Barbie Star, you're back. Guess what? You have to see what I put in. I added in Sisyphus rolling a stone up the hill. And I don't know if you saw the little boy. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm trying to decide if I need to put anything else in there. I think I will. I think I'm going to put water. I love water. Ardmore. Oh, so you were raised in Ardmore. They had already moved from Tulsa? Okay, I'm lost now. What do you mean you're lost now? Here's the tree. The tree is saying, I am not young enough to know everything. The little sapling is saying, I know everything. And then there's a mom going, hell if I know anything. And the kid's going, blah, 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 blah. This is a owl eagle, and this is a cat owl, and this is Sisyphus, and this is an upside down robin. I know, the kid, I just added the kid while you were gone. And then Sisyphus is rolling a stone up the hill. And I'm going to add some water right now. Between the mom and the child. No, see in the distance? Like all of a sudden that's water right there. Yep, it's a jam-packed napkin, you bet. I like putting a bunch of stuff in that people can look at and think about. Yeah, I know. Get a lot of little things in there. It's amazing now. And I didn't know any of this when I first started. Yeah. So neither one of them is on the phone, no. And so I put a little landmass back there. So I gave her kind of a funny figure, didn't I? Like she's pregnant, or she's maybe I could make her pregnant. That would be funny. I think I should make her pregnant. No leaves on the trees, but there's leaves on the sapling. Loves dat robin. You like the upside down drunk robin? And the catbird. So here's a question. Should I make her pregnant? That would make it even. No, because she's. Yeah, maybe I should make. If I put her shirt like that with her belly button showing. Hello, Stacy Westcott. Then she could look like she's pregnant. But I kind of like it just like that. Yeah, I could give her some boobs too, but if I give her boobs, then why is her tummy? I was thinking, yeah, that'll add to the, hey, Stacy, how are you? So because it's so round right here, I don't really know why I made her so round right there. I could either give her really saggy boobs that go down like that, or I could give her boobs up here and then make it look like she's pregnant down there. They do have a belly like that, exactly. Yeah. Right, JT, that's right. So Stacy, you missed the early part where we started with a blank canvas. There was nothing on this page except the only thing on this page was I am not to know. That was it. All this wasn't there. And then down here it says, I know blank. And everybody had to guess what the quote was. So it says, I am not blank. And to know blank, I know blank. And as I drew, they tried to guess the quote. And so I first drew the tree, and people started guessing old enough. Finally, someone got enough, and I gave that as a hint. And then they came up with all sorts of things, and I wrote those down. Know-it-all, made, wise enough, old enough, afraid, created, eager, know everything, smart enough, clever, high, strong. Not as many people guessed the second part. Well, JT, I can't start another right now. I do this about twice or three times a week at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So I do it regularly. I do it Monday and Thursdays. Sometimes I'll do it on another day too. On the other days, I always try and broadcast right around 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And I do this, and then I do what are called the absorbent idea of the day, which is where I show my old drawings, which have ideas on them because they have quotes, and we talk about that idea. And then I have Creative Blockbuster Day, where I help people get over their creative blocks, whatever, in the creative arts. What's blocking you? What's in your way? And we talk about that. So I do a whole bunch of stuff like that. But this is what I do a couple days a week. And it actually, as much as it's fun, it's a lot of work for me to try and figure it out. So I don't know in advance what I'm going to do. So I come up with a quote that this quote was by Oscar Wilde. And then I try and figure out, okay, how am I going to illustrate that quote? And I'm doing that while I'm talking to you guys. So it's kind of pretty intense. I'm really trying to work hard at it, you know. Okay, so yeah, it's fun. I love doing it, and it just kind of happened by accident. I was doing my napkin drawings. Right, I was doing my napkin drawings, and I hadn't finished the quote one day. You know, I was just I was periscoping, and people said, "Oh, it must mean this," and I was like, "No, that's not what it is." And said, "Oh, it must be this," and no, and that I'm very entertaining. Well, thank you. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm like the rest of my family. I'm even though I'm not Irish, I have the Irish gift of gab is what I have, and I know that Mammy and everybody else. Good. Well, it's my Periscope. I better do it. If I don't do it, nobody else will. Right? I'm the one in charge. So, anyway, so now what I will do is I will color this so it ends up looking not exactly like this, but it'll have the same, it'll look colored like that one. Or like there's one I did a couple years ago. People don't resist change. People resist being changed. That one has a woman getting her hair cut. I store them, JT. I store them and I sell them. So if you want to buy one, you contact me and I sell it to you. Onder, very cool. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for stopping in. And once again, thank you for your kind words in your note to me yesterday. Onder was in a scope I did yesterday, which was one of those, it was a absorbent idea of the day. And yeah, on my website, if you could, well, you contact me at marty@napkindad.com, email, and marty@martycoleman.com, either one. If you contact me at marty@napkindad.com, I'll get it. You can contact me on Twitter at the Napkin Dad, same as Periscope. And I'm in the middle of getting my website e-commerce ready. I have the e-commerce stuff all in place. I just have to start getting it attached to everyone. Barbie, thank you for stopping by. That was totally fun. Can I find you on Twitter too, I guess? Yeah, I did see that, Onder. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Barbie, okay, I'll catch you again. And did you hear my question? Do you have, yeah, okay, Barbie Stars. I will connect with you on Twitter. If anybody wants to talk to me more about buying one of these drawings or anything else, having me as a creative coach, then, okay, cool, Barbie. Adios. JT, yeah, cool. Okay, get back to work, JT. Very nice to meet you. I'm going to go and check, and I am now going to follow you too. You're a wife, gardener, friend, business owner, good role model, follower of Christ, and mother. You are an all-around woman. That's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. You sound like you're a Renaissance woman. Okay, so, like I said, I am going to, see, it's 10:15. What does he think? He doesn't think you are? I understand. You know, it's just like Jesus. You never get respect in your hometown, right? Hello, SF Giant. How are you? H-Town, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Are you taking off, JT? You got to get back to work? We can continue on Twitter if you want to keep talking. Okay? You can message me there, or we can keep talking here, however you want to do it. Anyway, you can replay, these, of course, and check it out. And that's fun too. Okay? Okay, everybody. I'm going to take off. And NorCal, yeah, go Giants. I will talk to you guys later, okay?